38, married, and a mom of 2 boys, ages 8 and 10. My sister Fallon is 35, single, and lives just 10 minutes away. We grew up close, or at least close in the way sisters forced to share a bathroom and clothes are. She's always been the louder one, the bolder one, the one who takes jokes too far and then acts like everyone else is the problem. Fallon has what she calls an edgy sense of humor. She believes roasting people is a skill, something she's honed over the years like a party trick. She thinks it makes her the fun aunt, the cool sister. The problem is, she doesn't know when to stop, or where the line is, or that my kids aren't part of her stand-up routine. At first I brushed it off. She called me Momzilla at a Sunday dinner once when I reminded my boys to use napkins. Then it became domestic goddess, helicopter queen, and once CEO of Gold Star Parenting. It was always followed by a smirk and a laugh. Everyone laughed. I forced myself to laugh too, but it didn't stop at our family table. She started doing it at my son's birthday parties, at school events, even at my youngest soccer games. One afternoon, in front of a cluster of other parents, she said loud enough for everyone to hear, "Hope your boys don't pick up your whining genes." She laughed. My son stared at the ground. The other parents looked uncomfortable. My husband pulled her aside that day and asked her to cool it. She brushed it off, told him to lighten up, that it wasn't that deep. The next week, my oldest asked me if Aunt Fallon didn't like me. I said she was just teasing. He looked confused. I tried addressing it gently. After a dinner with my in-laws, where she mocked the way I speak to my kids in front of everyone, I asked her to stop making fun of me in front of them. She gave me a smirk and said I was being too sensitive, then told me not to make everything about myself. I brought it up to our parents. My dad gave a half-hearted shrug and said she's always been like this. My mom said, "That's just Fallon," like it was a fixed part of her personality we all had to accept. So I started pulling back. I stopped inviting her over for casual dinners. I told her we were busy when she suggested brunch, but that didn't last. My parents started pressuring me to include her more. They said family was everything, that Fallon loved my kids, that she'd be hurt if I iced her out. So I gave in. We hosted a barbecue. My husband grilled. My parents came. My kids were running around with water guns. Fallon showed up late with a bottle of wine and a loud entrance. It didn't take long. While I was helping my youngest with his plate, Fallon stood behind me and mimicked the exact way I talked to my boys. Gentle voice, encouraging tone, exaggerated head tilt. Then she added, "Careful, don't bruise their delicate genius brains." Laughter from a few relatives. Some awkward smiles. My youngest dropped his plate and ran inside. Fallon didn't follow him. She didn't even ask if he was okay. She just rolled her eyes and said, "Oh, come on, it was a joke." I went inside, found my son in his room, lying on the bed, face down. I sat next to him. He didn't say anything. That night, after everyone left, I sat with my husband in the kitchen. We didn't need to talk about it. We both knew. Fallon wasn't going to stop. Not because she couldn't, but because she didn't want to. The reactions, the attention, the spotlight, it fed something in her. Every time I laughed it off, she got bolder. Every time someone said, "That's just Fallon," she got a pass. I realized I had tried every route people usually suggest. I talked to her. I asked nicely. I set boundaries. I reduced contact. I brought in other family members. I even gave in for the sake of peace. Nothing worked. But I wasn't going to yell at her. I wasn't going to cause a scene or fight back in the same way she attacked. No, Fallon wanted drama. She wanted a reaction. I wasn't going to give her what she wanted. I was going to give her what she hated. And that would start the slowest, most infuriating revenge I could think of. One she wouldn't even be able to explain without sounding petty. Not anger. Not insults. Not silence. Something much worse for her. And I was ready. The week after the barbecue, Fallon texted me asking if we were still on for our usual Sunday brunch. I told her we weren't doing anything that weekend. No explanation. Just a clear no. That was the first time in years I'd said no to her direct